Well, we are here in Destin on one of our docks and wanted to kind of point out to everybody what we've got behind us.
Yeah, so we actually have a bunch of soon-to-be artificial reefs. They may not look like that right now. They're actually chicken transport units. They're a very common structure up in Alabama and Georgia that folks are trying to get rid of. And as opposed to sending them to the landfill or just letting them rot in a field, they make great artificial reef material. It's relatively thick steel. You can deploy these 2 at a time. I've already come out here and inspected these, and they're probably going to be going out here in the next weather window.
All right, awesome. So with that, being able to utilize this, obviously it has a different use, and for them to be deployed out as a reef, how is that going to help like our reefs here locally?
Well, the more stuff and more habitat we create offshore, the more fish we're going to get. So these reefs will end up lasting 10 to 20 years, depending on if we have any strong storms or, I guess, oceanographic situations that cause them to subside or break. Here off Destin, we actually have one of the only private artificial reef programs in the nation.
Wow.
Meaning folks can get their own material, come to me, get a permit, and I allow them to bring it offshore and deploy it where they want to.
Oh, fantastic.
So it's good for the county because it's providing more habitat for fish, and it's also great for the fishermen because they're able to create a reef that's their private reef, their honey hole.
Awesome, so it's kind of like a full circle.
Exactly.
Perfect. Now with that, you said 20 years or so. So is there something like in 20 years from now, do we go back, do we check them, do we pull them?
So with these private reefs, it's really up to the individual anglers who are deploying them to keep tabs on them. And when they start to not produce anymore, they don't mark up on their bottom machine anymore, a lot of times they'll come and deploy more reefs at that location to kind of enhance that location.
Okay.
These particular reefs, I'm not exactly sure, I don't have the paperwork in front of me exactly where they're going, but they may be deployed in pairs or they may be deployed in big piles of a dozen or so.
Okay.
Yeah, it really just depends on what the private anglers want to do.
And I bet for the divers also, it's a great location to go and see basically what's underwater.
Absolutely. So they're very small reefs. So it's not like diving a very large shipwreck, but you can go and there's always going to be lionfish there. There may be some snapper, there may be some grouper. But again, these are private. These are not things that we publicize or I even know where they are. So you got to get linked up with one of those private anglers or deploy some yourself.
Now, is there information if people want to learn more, they want to get involved, maybe potentially do that because I think it's a wonderful service that you provide,
Absolutely.
That you oversee. Is there a place where folks can go to learn more?
Yeah, it's a one-page application. You can reach out to me and I can provide you with that appliation. So we'll give you my email address, and anyone who's interested, just give me a shout.
Good to know. Well, we appreciate this is a wonderful partnership. I believe with our public folks that live here that care, want to see this investment.
Absolutely.
And being able to do that at the county level, that's awesome.
Yep,
so,
definitely.
Well, thanks for your
Happy to do it.
That.
Yep,
Appreciate it.
No problem.